adore me. The whole wide universe is filled with peace and grace. The door of life is opening before me. Give me the strength to trust, like a warrior of love. On a silent hill where life and death collide, between the past and the present moment's glory. For every questing heart that happens with one inside, and all the rest of it, just your story, your story. You are alright, much more than enough. You're a warrior of love, warrior of love, warrior of love.
Okay, there it is. Good morning. Happy Monday. Pleasure to be here. Welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers for Monday, the 7th of April, 2025. We're going to be here for the next hour. My name is Lou Martin. You know that because you're following me on Facebook, or you might not know that. You might be following me on Substack. And you can also see Morning Poems and Prayers if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Awakened Spirits Network. So great to be here with you. We're going to pray up and share some great posts, and I'll catch you up on my story so far. Had a brilliant, wonderful weekend. Happy to share it, and but let's get into the prayer field. Here's my favorite. I'd like to slow down for a moment, close the eyes, and take 3 deep breaths together. You're all very welcome. Go ahead and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. Stretching the spine, looking up through the third eye, holding the breath. And letting go. Second deep breath. Stretching, looking up, holding. Big sigh. Third deep breath. Hold. 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 Let go. Wonderful. It's it's that letting go that's the magic. Holding is what we do. Letting go is what we need to learn. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Let me start again. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. We give thanks, we let it be, and so it is. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from fear. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. The Course in Miracles, Lesson 264, I am surrounded by the love of God. Father, you stand before me and behind me, beside me, in the place I see myself, and everywhere I go. You are in all things I look upon, the sounds I hear, and every hand that reaches for my own. In you, time disappears, and place becomes a meaningless belief. For what surrounds your Son and keeps him safe is love itself. There is no source but this, and nothing is that does not share its holiness, that stands beyond your one creation or without the love which holds all things within itself. Father, your Son is like yourself. We come to you in your own name today to be at peace within your everlasting love. Take a breath into that. I am my I am presence, and I am one with my Father, Mother, God. I am also one with the entire company of, I am also one with the I am presence of every man, woman, and child on earth, the entire company of heaven, the elemental kingdom, the angelic kingdom, and Gaia, Mother Earth. I give heartfelt and sincere thanks for the sacred gift of my life. I ask my I am presence to consecrate every thought, word, feeling, and action which I express throughout this day with more love and more light for myself and my world. Word, I am word. I know who I am in peace, what I am in peace, how I serve in peace. I am here, I am here, I am here. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is sorrow, joy. Where there is darkness, light. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to understand, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are forgiven, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. For this and more than words can express, we give thanks. We know all is well. Our prayers are answered in divine timing, in accordance to God's will, in alignment to our free will, which we freely and fully return to God over and over again through forgiveness, understanding, wisdom, and love. For this and more than words will ever express, we remain grateful, responsible, vulnerable, available, and thankful. We let it be. It is so, so it is. And together we say, I am what thou art what I am that I am. Amen. Thank you very much. Okay, so how was your weekend, Uncle Lou? Pretty amazing, my friends, if I may share it with you here for a moment. Yeah, I had a magical week last week. Post-equinox, post-eclipse, post-apocalypse. It's all been okay by me. One miracle and opportunity after another. Thursday I played some chess with my buddy Alan, which we hadn't done for months. Everything's sort of kicked off. It's like winter ended last week for me, which is right the week after the equinox. Perfect timing. So we played some chess outside, and over a cuppa, and I invited myself to St. Michael's for the next day's session since Alan was playing, and I needed a ride over there, and he was able and willing to give me one. So we had a fabulous Friday because of that. Literally 2.5 hours of music. You can't beat that, my friends. I'm still sailing. My sails are full of wind from all that. So that was great. Everyone taking turns. I sang about 8 or 10 songs on my own, somewhere in there, something like that, maybe less. And but I sang with everyone else, of course, and learned new songs. They did "Summertime" by George Gershwin, and we did "This Little Light of Mine," which was a pick I made, and we did "Mad World," the theme song from Donnie Darko, if you remember that film. I believe that's what that was called. Jake Gyllenhaal, that was his first thing that I saw him in. Anyway, just one bit of music after another, which was great. Then I visited my friends at the library, which was lovely, and got to wish my buddy Peter a happy birthday, because his birthday is tomorrow. He's off for the next 4 days from there. And then Saturday was the market, and some great conversations, lovely live music from our buddy Les, and hung out with Declan for a good long whack, which I hadn't done for a while. My buddy Declan here, and then had lunch with my friends Tim and Mark. Mark got an iPhone after holding on to his Nokia for the last decade. He finally joined the modern world in that way. That was a delight, and we had a great hangout, sharing pictures. We took some pictures. I posted them on Facebook. Saturday night was David and Vivica's workshop on the 4-4 Gateway, and Friday actually I'd interviewed them. Please check out the interview. It's at the top of the page here about their work. David and Vivica have an amazing, extraordinary story of how they came together as masculine, feminine teachers of the same soul, and that one thing after another drew them together and has shown them that they are connected beyond the illusions of this world, and just doing wonderful, amazing work. I can't say enough about them. So we're doing that every week now, which is great. We'll get to the post here in 1 minute, but just let me catch up with you. And then, yeah, that was Saturday night. And then Addie Lambourne was back on Saturday night. She was on last night as well, but I had other plans. And Addie is extraordinary. That's Green Tara Guru, which you can find her videos on YouTube. Green Tara, T-A-R-A, Guru. And she's amazing about ascension. One of the best in the world as far as I'm concerned. And she doesn't do a gig every day by any stretch. I think it had been maybe a couple months since she'd been on. So she was on 2 nights in a row, and she'll be on next weekend, evidently. But she has a lot of information on her YouTube there. She posts her classes afterwards. And so there was that. And then Sunday morning was my LifeWave group from Australia with Tessa, our joyous and lovely leader of my chapter of this marketing and healing product, which has been brilliant, benefiting me in health and finances and freedom over and over, and just part of a wonderful team. So there was that. And then I was on Speakeasy as well, just giving a comment there at the end. It was a great talk about spirituality and politics and how they need to talk to each other in our world these days, and that was lovely, with Mia and Clive. Mia, my Course in Miracles teacher, love that lady, and Clive as well, a lovely, gentle soul, doing the music, and Mia doing the hosting, and I'm doing the music this weekend, which will be a treat. And yeah, then had dinner with my friends, my landlord Tig, and our friend Shelley. So that was a full day, a full weekend. So just one great thing after another, my friends. I'm sure there's much more. I did 14 hours of video last week, which is pretty good. The week before was 18, which is a new record, new personal best. All right, thank you. I hope your weekend was brilliant. It's good to milk it, as Abraham says. Yeah, it keeps you lit up. And blue sky and sunshine today. I am gonna get some of that. So here we go, my friends. Let's give you Abraham and Eileen Caddy and the Mayan Zolkin here to start off with. Abraham, every cell in your body has a direct relationship with the creative life force. And each cell, let's start again. Every cell in your body has a direct relationship with creative life force. And each cell is independently responding. When you feel joy, all the circuits are open, and the life force or God force can be fully received. When you feel guilt or blame or fear or anger, the circuits are hindered, and the life force cannot flow as effectively. Physical experience is about monitoring those circuits and keeping them as open as possible. The cells know what to do. They are summoning the energy. Boom, there you go. So, yeah, today's other angel card was body care. So let's summon a little energy today, my friends. Yeah. Guidance for April 7th, Eileen Caddy. Ready? Only as you expand your consciousness are you open and receptive to the new all around you and can become attuned to new thoughts, new ideas, and new ways of life. Be prepared to see beyond the immediate into higher dimensions, higher realms, and open to the ways of the Spirit. There is much you can understand and accept intuitively, but at which the mind boggles. So why waste time trying to work everything out with the mind? Why not be willing to live and act intuitively and inspirationally? When you do, you are functioning from a raised state of consciousness and are receptive to the new. You become a clear channel for the new to unfold in and through you. You become a clear channel for the new to unfold in and through you. So raise your consciousness from the negative to the positive, from the destructive to the constructive, from the darkness to the light, and from the old into the new, and see what happens. You will find the old will fall away, revealing the glorious new. Take a deep breath. Woo! Okay, and amidst all of this, we are in the last glyph of the first wave spell of this new year, this new 13-moon year from the Mayan Zolkin calendar, and it is a big one today, my friends. It is White Magnetic Wizard. White Wizard is the new wave spell. We're in number 2. So this is the first one, first day. Okay. I was looking at GOTE Mix. Maybe I was a day behind her. Today is the first day of the new wave spell, and it is the White Wizard wave spell. And White Wizard, that's 13 days. White Wizard is timelessness, enchant, and receptivity. So we are reaching up to the ancestors and the higher dimensions, the star nations. And White Magnetic Wizard, the glyph for today, is unify, attract, and purpose. Ready? Here we go. White Magnetic Wizard. I unify in order to enchant, attracting receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. Deep breath. I unify in order to enchant, attracting receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the magnetic tone of purpose. I am guided by my own power doubled. Deep breath. Last time, best time. White Magnetic Wizard. I unify in order to enchant, attracting receptivity. I seal the output of timelessness with the magnetic tone of purpose. I'm guided by my own power doubled. Take a deep breath. I'm just being reminded, I was listening to on X yesterday, Alex Collier. X, of course, is mostly political. and social, but there are some spiritual things that get posted there, thank goodness. And I do what I can for my part to try and raise the tone of the conversation. And Alex was talking about, Alex is a contactee with the beings from Andromeda. And I've seen him lecture in person, and he is utterly credible and very informative. So check him out, Alex Collier, Collier, Andromeda contactee. We were putting yesterday, I heard from Brother Ian Morris, God bless him, and his partner, Fallon, her mom, was hospitalized for her heart unexpectedly, so that was a bit disconcerting. So thank you for your prayers for Deb, who is Ian's mother-in-law and Fallon's mom, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know if Ian and Fallon are married, but they're certainly in a committed relationship. Bless them. So Deb is in our thoughts and prayers today. Thank you, Deb. God bless you. All is well for you, my dear. So thanks to Carol and Peter and everyone for throwing down the prayers. It's a joy that anytime I ask for prayer for myself or anyone else, people always respond. So I want to thank you for that. And good morning, Tori. Yeah, and anyone else out there. Ali Ray. Here is Our Lady's message for this morning. Well, this is April 5th. Precious ones, I'm aware that many are traversing a very specific holy corridor that I like to refer to as aloneness. This is not an experience of feeling lonely. And if you find yourself in this particular holy corridor, you know it is far more than that. This feels as though you are becoming more separated from your life and others than you have ever been. And just when you think it couldn't possibly be felt more deeply, it is. You may find yourself, Talking Heads lyric, feeling so increasingly disconnected from everyone and everything, especially the friends, family, and even the soul tribe you felt closest to. It may feel like with each passing moment, you feel increasingly separate from so many things, places, and people you loved, and of all the things you liked doing. It may feel especially challenging, and there may be deep grief as you find that even beautiful creations you created in service to others are no longer feeling satisfying. And no matter your surroundings or the lovely people who inhabit space around you, you cannot escape a deep feeling of aloneness. The feeling of isolation and aloneness feels truly inescapable, and it keeps, exponentially growing. It feels as though it may just become some type of black hole inside of you and suck you in, and you will never be seen or heard from again. Precious heart, I bring you comfort in this timing of confusion. I tell you now that you are amidst a most holy corridor. Your fear often rises shouting, I'm all alone, no one understands me, and who am I anyway? Beloved, you are on your way to knowing the truth, not a new idea of you, but the truth of you, all in capitals. And this must be accomplished in a very specific sequencing. It is correct that you are being sucked into a black hole of sorts by this aloneness. I tell you, precious heart, this aloneness will culminate in a state of such perfect aloneness that something glorious is activated. You will be sucked in perfect timing, as to be catapulted into an entirely new state of being that you, as of yet, cannot conceive. Dear one, allow yourself this experience, allow it fully. I tell you from my own heart knowing, in capitals, and experience, that what you will discover through this passage, through this holy corridor, is everything your heart has longed to remember. Let me say that again. I tell you from my own heart knowing, all in caps, and experience, that you will discover through this passage, through this holy corridor, is everything your heart has longed to remember. All you need do is resist the urge to fight these feelings, and you need not amplify your suffering. Allow yourself to feel and acknowledge all that is happening within you and keep breathing. Your appointed time for this miraculous unfolding is imminent. It is all underway. So please, sweet one, be easy. Allow yourself this profound and complete experience of aloneness. I always think of Van Rita when I hear that phrase. You are experiencing a very holy light that will illuminate all. It is so. Very soon your experience of alone will become all one. This cannot be pushed or accelerated by any effort by you. Go deeply into your heart and wait patiently and faithfully for love to come to you. It is your destiny. I so love you. Ali Ray. Love is, love is, love is. God is, God is, God is. Take a breath. Michael Abramson. Love my brother Michael out there in Florida doing the good work. He's got a men's gathering coming up on the 12th. Here's to you. He says, I can already feel how special it will be to once again gather our great brotherhood of Sarasota at sunset, one of the most beautiful beaches in the world, while anchoring our sacred masculine on this powerful vortex of the Siesta Key Beach. I look forward to seeing you there. And of course, I connected with Michael when he stopped, along with all of us praying, the effects of Hurricane Milton. And we helped it go from a category 6 at 200 miles an hour to a 1, which still did a little bit of damage, frankly, but it was not the apocalypse that it began as, and it drew all of us together very deeply. Medina and Anahata, Holly, and all sorts of lovely people. Candace Coe, my friends. I might get my lost octave today. That would be brilliant. Candace is connecting me to not only her own teachings, but Rob Comer, the author of The Lost Octave. Very exciting. More to come. She says, Candace, there are those who have grown strong in the soil of animosity, whose sense of self has been sharpened through opposition and the constant churn of conflict. In a world where contrast once defined clarity, these individuals learn to thrive not in harmony, but in division. Yet, as the tides of time turn and coherence begins to call more loudly across the collective field, such frequencies will become increasingly visible, not to cast blame on them, but to reveal them. What has thrived in animosity will begin to falter in unity, not as punishment, but as an invitation to shift to a new beat. We must be willing to witness this with clear eyes and steady hearts. Harmony does not demand we erase difference or confront dissonance with more dissonance. Rather, it's all beautiful musical metaphors here, Candace. Rather, it asks us to recognize, to remember that every frequency, however distorted, colorful, or unruly, originated from the same longing to be known, to be loved, to be met. To harmonize is not to overpower, but to hold tone. It is a form of spiritual courage, to stand in our own coherence when faced with the noise of separation, and to remain present long enough for that which was once reactive to soften into resonance. This is not a war of energies. It is a sacred art of remembrance, and those who hold the tuning forks of grace are not here to fight distortion, but to jam to a truer song until all can hear themselves again. Holy cow. Mercy. God love you, sweetheart. Bless your heart. She says, Jaman, as in Rastafari, I and I, Jah is with us. Take a breath into that. That is glorious. Love you, love it, loving this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm sending that to my friends at Speakeasy, because that sings beautifully to the whole conversation about politics and culture and spirituality, and brings it to a whole new level. Thank you, darling. Bless you. Abraham Hicks, the state of your life is nothing more than a reflection of mind. You are always a valuable human being because you decide to believe it. Believe it. And I've got a little selfie there. Be who God wants you to be. The soul is here for its own joy. And a picture of my lovely self with one of my favorite winter coats on a trail. Tim Carroll took that photo. Brother Tim, if you're out there listening. And it was a lovely day. Yeah, beautiful, great, colorful scarf as well. Eliza White, a message from Blessed Black Elk. It's time for our Indigenous brothers and sisters to speak. We are come, here we stand with you, on each of the four corners of the earth, in each of the four corners of your personal space. We stand guarding and guiding and bringing to you the ways of our ancestors. We are the native drums, beating proudly now, all this music, in the hearts of many across the world. We promised we would come, and we are come now. Here we are. Feel us in the beat of your heart, pumping our native blood into the flow of soul energy of all nations. Our cousins, we come to you now, in this time of earth nations standing as one nation, facing one common fear. Boy, we're in the power of today, my friends. Feel us in the beat of your heart, pumping our native blood into the flow of soul energy of all nations. Our cousins, we are come to you now, in this time of earth nations, standing as one nation, facing one common fear. We say to you, do not be afraid. Great changes are sweeping across the expanse of your souls. We have lit the fires of hope in your souls, and we stand around those fires with you now, guarding, guiding, and telling our stories of what is to come, what we have seen from the great spiritual planes of Creator. We are speaking of spiritual planes to come into your senses. Let me say that again. We are speaking of spiritual planes to come into your senses. Red hands, white hands, and blue hands, all speaking of loving ancestors from across the great plains, from across the plains of Great Spirit. Speaking now to white faces, blue faces, and to yellow faces, everywhere across the earth plains. Hear our voices in the drumming of your hearts. We are one with our Mother Earth. Grandmother speaks with our voices, the voices of Grandfather Spirit. Your relatives have come to return you to a spiritual life, a life of the sun, a life worthy of the name human being. The eagles of the sun have come to return you to a life of spiritual plenty and earthly peace. As one tribe, brothers and sisters of the great sun, it is a time of joy. All time is a time of joy, dear hearts. I am Black Elk, and we are come to you now as one nation across the earth plains, from one great white brotherhood across the spiritual plains of Great Spirit. A vision of plenty we bring, a vision of great hope, of great joy and peace in living. Be happy and dance. Paint your faces and sing a song of gratitude and of celebration. All life is awakening to the voices of the ancestors. The great cycle of life has redeemed itself. A great ball of light we see, gaining speed as it revolves around its center. A form is coming to earth and coming to your senses now. 3 days from now, you will see, dear hearts, you will see great changes. Have faith in us who speak to you from the spiritual planes of your souls. We are all around you now, as close to you as the air in your lungs, the flow of your heart, and the touch of Mother beneath your feet. We are laid out now all around you, beneath you and above you, and soon you will see, in 3 days, you will see great changes are taking form. Black Elk, channeled April 5th, 2020. You will see in 3 days. Black Elk means the three that is a shift in spirit, mind, and emotion. When those three are lived, you will see changes in the physical. Okay, so yeah, until that moment I thought this was today, but we know there are no accidents, so everything is flowing together in the divine moment of now. A shout out to some new friends while I'm looking at their pictures here. I mentioned the amazing Candace Coe, who has lit me up like I can't even describe with her great messages and her great teachings and her great spirit and friendship. Thank you, Candace. Anne McDwyer, who had me on her program a couple times from Limerick. Blessings. Zahara Celestial is back on Facebook, looking renewed and reborn. Dear Carol Schneider, who always is following what I do, bless you, Carol, and always giving a comment and cheering us all on, myself included. Thank you, Carol. And an old friend and some new friends here. The older friend is Tasha Crandall, Natasha, and she's a fierce and wonderful spirit, and we hadn't connected in years. She's one of my dear friends from LA, my days in LA, and great to reconnect with Tasha. She's doing her thing, studying psychic development, and just really lit up by all the stuff happening with Egypt. Was showing a lot of Egyptian things there, and I guess this is a travel agent or a guide, Egypt's Eye Wasp, but they reached out and I said sure. But the lady I'm getting to here is Dr. Anne McCloskey, who is a fearsome fighter for truth and freedom, God love her, from the north of Ireland, and she takes no you-know-what from anybody, my friends, God bless her. And she has been fighting for medical freedom for the last 5 years, and they put her in jail and took her license, and she hasn't skipped a beat. Yeah, so rock on, Dr. Ann. I hope we will chat one day. You're a true inspiration. Thank you, thank you. And another one here, MJ Halligan, my dear Irish friend out in New Zealand. She says, "You are light. Your soul is a unique expression of light from source, carefully sculpted from your individual experiences from lifetime to lifetime, arranged together in the most perfect way to make up the magnificent cluster of atoms that is you. Your body is light too. Every cell in your body emits light every single second. Your unique consciousness emits biophotons. Yes, indeed, LifeWave X39. With every thought, no matter which way you look at it, you are made of light. You are light. Shining our light is actually our most natural state. We are connected to the inner light within us. We are connected to the light of the universe. There is more than enough room for all of us. There is more than enough room for us all to expand and step into our bigness. We are all noted in the most amazing symphony. Music everywhere we turn today. We are born to light up and expand together. When we connect to Source, we don't need to rely on any external thing to fill us up. The supply of Source, universal light, is unlimited. It never runs out. There is enough for us all. It's where we came from, and it's where we will return. When you tap into this infinite power source, you slip into harmonious flow with the universe and cause the vibration of the planet. Like the morning sun, when you shine your light, you stir the sleepers and inspire them to wake up too. The book, Light is the New Black, by Rebecca Campbell. I am light. And she says, join me April 11th for Align to Thrive 25, a 3-month online portal journey. Beautiful. Okay, so check that out. MJ, bless you. Unconditional, allowing, friendly universe, I am. And she closes with a quote from Albert Einstein. The most important decision you will make is if the universe is a friendly place or a hostile place. If that boy wasn't enlightened, I don't know what enlightenment is. You are here as ambassadors of light. This is Lee Harris. Ambassadors of love, ambassadors of change. And so that's the post, and here's the paragraph. You are here as ambassadors of light, ambassadors of love, ambassadors of change. And the reason you're going to so enjoy the next decade, the dominant vibration for those of you who identify as conscious change makers, is going to be one of experiencing flow, love, magic, gratitude, synchronicity, and the ability to create wonder in your world. Take a breath. And here's a Luna Joy. When I began to tune into the significance of the 2 sacred days and the numbers from both calendars, the phrase I kept hearing was scorched earth cycle. Okay, this is the other side of the fence from Sister Oluna. The star elders who she channels and has her whole life, the star elders, see my interviews with Oluna on Awakened Spirits. She is the real deal. The star elders revealed a broader perspective to me, indicating that nothing will be left untouched or unaltered, and nothing will remain that is not in alignment with the new frequencies of the earth. You got it? I share this not to instill fear, but to offer insight. I do not foresee planetary devastation, though some of that is happening and will happen. Rather, I believe these strong words may pertain more to internal transformations than to external circumstances. But we are going to see changes in our world. However, the strength of their message was unlike anything I have experienced, and it certainly captured my attention. Simultaneously, I feel a sense of excitement about the days to come, as I know this is why we are here. We are champions for this new age. And that is the preface for predictions from the new Mayan calendar. 25-26 is now posted. Oluna Joy Axkeen, my friends. God bless her. Wait, there's more. Maureen Moss, March 28th. Yes, okay, this is about Patricia Cota Robles, who comes up every day, of course. God bless you, Patricia. And this is Sister Maureen Moss, March 28th, so that's about a week ago. She says, after reading this below in part from Patricia Cota Robles, what came through then was a voice of reassurance. Here's an excerpt from Patricia first. This is great. I was going to dig out the prayer from Patricia today, but this will do instead perfectly. And I want to mention Lorna Burns' Angel of Hope message for America as well. The divine plan that was America, which is an anagram for the I Am race. Numerology is the code. Astrology is the code. These are things that help us penetrate beneath the surface of the matrix. The divine plan was that America, which was an anagram for the I Am race, would model a higher order of being, a new world, to the rest of the children of God evolving on earth. That was Terrence Malick's film about the beginning of America, which has also just come up recently. The I Am race was intended to represent the entire family of humanity, a body of heart-based souls comprised of all races, all nationalities, all cultures, all religions, all creeds, and all lifestyles. The intent was for the I Am race to function within the full embrace of their I Am presence, reflecting oneness, divine love, and reverence for all life. Under the guidance of their I Am presence, their decisions and actions would perpetually reflect the highest good for all concerned, as they reveled in their diversities and learned from each other through their loving and compassionate interactions. The United States of America was to demonstrate a new world that would heal the separation and reflect the oneness of the entire family of humanity. The United States of America was intended to model the microcosm of the macrocosm for Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her. Needless to say, we have fallen far from the immaculate concept of the divine plan for the United States of America. But those patterns of perfection, I want to mention a song here in a minute, are still pulsating in all of their resplendent glory in the realms of cause. They are awaiting the opportunity to tangibly manifest in the world of form. What came through then was, dear celebrated radiant beings on earth that came from all sources of light, pulsing through the galaxy and further. You are all together now for the greatest accomplishment on earth and in the heavens. Though there has been a turn of circumstances in your United States, still you have stepped into and through this double eclipse portal into a new Christed life cycle that has begun for each one of you. Trust your path. Trust your path shall be divinely illuminated. Trust your path shall be divinely illuminated and filled with revelations and divine synchronicity. Trust your path shall be divinely illuminated and filled with revelations and divine synchronicity. Keep in heart any not operating in their highest heart light or for the highest good of all shall run its course. That course shall be eliminated ultimately. By and through this current experience, honor your sacred hearts and every breath of life you have. Show the world what love and unity looks like, noble, connected, compassionate, and purpose-filled for the highest good of all. Blessings surround you. Know that it is you that shall effectuate the change you wish to experience in whatever way your heart and soul has chosen. Blessings be. Love, blessings, and grace to all. Maureen. Take a deep breath. Okay. And here's Rob Comer and his Lost Octave, which talks about facing the demons, basically. Yeah, the Lost Octave star lore of Cetus is Stargate 51. Thunder over thunder in Aries. That's all fire and air, my friends. So things are heating up, yes, if you didn't know. That which comes from the deep. It is the subconscious mind as either sea monster or great whale. Some of our oldest stories, such as Moby Dick and the Kraken, remind us that upon our grand voyage of life, upon the ship of destiny, if we do not attend to the depths of our oceanic emotions, then thunder rises to the surface to sink or assist our progress. Past life memories of pirate ships, ancient sailing boats, interactions with primordial sea creatures, and drowning come forth in Aries. I actually saw a photograph of a gigantic shark that was picked up by fishermen. Two photographs. It looked quite credible. I mean, as big as the ship. A shark as big as a great boat, like the size of Moby Dick, as big as a whale. There we go. Where the biblical story of Jonah and the whale and fairy tales of Pinocchio in the belly of the whale, right, remind us that it is the bravery of the light within. It is the bravery of the light within, beautiful, that allows us to enter the darkness and heal ourselves into wholeness. A hidden gift within this star lore is the ability to heal our paternal and maternal DNA through our vigor of life force and passion to love. As Andromeda comes face to face with adversity, she breaks her own chains by remembering who she is within and befriends the water dragon. She becomes the breaker of chains, mother of dragons, popularized within modern storytelling as the Game of Thrones, a series I have yet to see. Saw one episode. The choice to meet this challenge is key to flowing into the next evolution of exploration. Blessings, Rob. Okay, so, you face the demons within, or they show up outside. Courage, as they say in Lord of the Rings, my friends, for our friends, yeah? Sometimes it's hard to find courage for yourself, and finding it for others gets you over the hump. Yeah, I'm sure you know that one. I've been learning that many times in this lifetime. Here we go. Who have we here? This is Ali Ray. No, this is Nikki Sophia King. Poetry time. Nikki, bless you. Beautiful lady. Close your eyes. Become aware of the pulse of life moving through you. If you quieten further, you will likely feel its beat, its attuned frequency to all that is. Everything you have ever needed to know, everything you will ever need to know, is right here, in the rhythm of the pulse of life, beating you. It cannot be seen by the naked eye. Like all that is sacred, it is felt, subtle, simple, miraculous. Quieten further, and you will remember the truth of yourself. There is no thing outside of you makes you who you are. Be willing to relinquish everything, and you will find everything in the nothing. Shared with love, always and always. Take a deep breath. Let's do that one more time. Close your eyes. Become aware of the pulse of life moving through you. If you quieten further, you will likely feel its beat, its attuned frequency to all that is. Everything you have ever needed to know, everything you will ever need to know, is right here in the rhythm of the pulse of life beating you. It cannot be seen by the naked eye. Like all that is sacred, it is felt, subtle, simple, miraculous. Quieten further, and you will remember the truth of yourself, where no thing outside of you makes you who you are. Be willing to relinquish everything, and you will find everything in the nothing. Take a deep breath. That brings us in for a very nice landing, Nikki. Thank you. Victoria Keating, the talented, the lovely, the hysterically funny, the amazing singer and musician. She and I had a lovely meeting, and she's doing her Little Rooms Big Music every Friday. I haven't seen this week's, and she's invited me on there in the next week or so. So that's definitely getting me and Pete Townsend to pick up my guitar and play. So thank you so much, Vicky. Lovely seeing you and lovely connecting, and it's a wonderful invitation. I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you. I've got to get my music together here. I'm on the path after Friday's marathon session. I saw Martin Leahy at the coffee shop. I saw Anya O'Gorman at St. Michael's, and I saw Vicky at the coffee shop the day earlier. My three of my friends here I hadn't seen for a while. So everyone's poking our heads back out in the sunlight all of a sudden. Just a big shout out to my brothers and sisters at the Saturday Market. Declan Sinnott, Tim Brown, Mark Elliott, Lane brother, I don't remember your surname offhand, we talk all the time. And Louise, of course, Louise Elliott, but she's married, so she might have a different name. David Jennings. They're all just angels in my life, and it's always a joy to hang out with my friends there. Where are we? Yeah, we got a lot. We've done a lot. Let me give you Vivica Sophia Kalma, and then we'll do a channeling and close out here for the day. Vivica, she says, many of us are experiencing an increasingly intense collective rebirth, and each of us experiences this rebirth in our own unique way. Our Divine Mother Principle is what triggers our rebirth, helping to restore full balance in our bodies through the principles of anabolism and catabolism, the forces of creation and destruction that emanate from the core of our infinite creator. During the period of catabolism, it can feel very much like a personal death. Before physical death, people are forced to let go of everything they were once attached to. We also experience the same as our egos, identities, and lower levels of consciousness disintegrate back to the illusion from which they came. We are forced to release all of our baggage, and we may experience the grief and sadness associated with it, releasing physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bonds. Time structures collapse as our bodies undergo the process of catabolism, and at the same time we are building our new timeless bodies through the process of anabolism. Never heard of either of these terms. That expands our consciousness. Catabolism releases various miasmas within us, directing light to our dark sides, our shadows. We release the light that has been trapped in them, while at the same time embodying the wisdom that comes with understanding these lessons. This is a similar process to what happens in nature. When something is destroyed, it is broken down, and new growth is formed for other beings. Catabolism that occurs within us is like recycling unused resources, in which we turn our previous experiences into fertile new growth ground for ourselves and others. Finally, last paragraph here, beautiful Vivica, great message. Through this process of resurrection, we witness our entire rebirth, our own entire rebirth process. We remember how we created ourselves. We remember the highest truth of all creation, that the source of all creation is love, and we have never been separate from it. We are becoming a new race. We are changing from mortal physical beings to divine eternal beings. This is the deepest meaning of our rebirth. We are becoming timeless, the embodiment of purity, innocence, or divine love. Blessings, dear hearts. Well, that's dear to me, because that divine love is what I call my guides. Yeah, are we ready for that? One here from Saskia Nahara. We'll finish with this. The properties, this is from June 2024. The properties of the sun's rays send codes and gifts into the receiver of the light. Look into the sun. Lift your face to its light. Illumine the entire span of your field with its rays. Allow your energy body to soak in this light. Then bring it to your physical body. Feel the sun's rays illuminating every cell. Well, that's full circle. That's where we started about from Candace and others, about the light in our body. Envision the interior of your body aglow in red light as the blood pulses with sunlight coursing through your veins. See your bones filled with light. Feel it into every bone throughout your body, beginning with the skull and working downward. Visualize the bones light-filled to the point of blinding. Notice how the organs that are glowing with the sunlight. Feel them warming to the point where they are lit with fiery light, burning off toxins and strengthening healthy cells. Know that inside your body, every part of you is aware of the sun. You were designed to bask in sunlight. Take it deeply and feel its nourishment throughout your body. From Ixchel Wisdom 7, Teachings of the Mayan Sacred Feminine by Shona Home. Take a deep breath. All right, well, I have to give you Sarah West. This morning's sunrise was extraordinary. An inundation of luminous peach wonder. While some greet the day with a lover's kiss, I wake to be kissed by the sky. Everything smells fresh and new, damp earth and sweet air. Green life is emerging from the depths. I hear the coo calls of the morning doves. The earth is bursting at the seams with spring. Life feels incredibly fragile right now. None of us knows how much time we have left. It all passes by so quickly. Soon, will be gone. I want to live each day as if it were my last. I don't want to waste too much of my precious time in dread and doom. Amen to that, sister. I want my days filled with as much awe, praise, and joy as I possibly can. I will continue seeking enchantment with everything I've got. I refuse to let the world rob me of my wonder. I remind myself, love is sustenance, beauty is nourishment, and delight is the best medicine I know. These are the essential ingredients for a life well lived. Pour as much of them into your day as you possibly can. Okay, my friends, beautiful. Take a deep breath. Well, it just, these are too good not to share. The weekend, it's like the airport. Everyone's backed up looking for a landing pad. Here's Brother Peter Hansen back in Santa Monica, or out in the desert, I think. Joshua Tree, somewhere there. Peter says, back from New York, he says, let's strive to be impeccable with our energy and words. Instead of simply choosing to be nice, commit to being nice all the time. There is a significant difference between being genuinely nice and merely pretending to be nice. The mindset of faking it until you make it does not reflect the authenticity, integrity, and love that truly represent who you are at your core. When I stop focusing on me and start thinking about how I can create change and assist others with love, I reverse the energy of separation and lack, fostering unity and abundance. Amen, amen, amen. Thank you. All right. And Gathima Roba, we'll finish with you, my brother. God bless you. He says, the journey. It was 18 years ago when I started sharing poems on Facebook. In the beginning, I was resisting, but friends pushed me. Looking back, it felt like a few years ago now. It is an amazing journey. Many of my friends who started the journey with me are not here today, are not there today. Some passed away, while some are not on Facebook anymore. There are still great poets who are writing today. My dear friend Fred Lamont is one of them. Annalisa de Jong, Barbara Jean, and Louis Alameu, to mention a few, are other wonderful friends and great poets who inspired me a lot. When I started, there were only a small number of followers. Now it is a large community. I call them community of love and light. For some of us, this journey is the journey of self-discovery, while for others, it is a journey of healing and self-recovery. It is truly a healing center, a place of spiritual growth. If it is not for your support and love, my dear friends, I won't continue writing poems. Poems don't make sense without readers. In 18 years, over 4,000 poems were written, and only about 1,000 of them, the lucky ones, ended up in books and different magazines. A large number of them are in my blog called Come Break Me Open, Mystical Poetry. Beautiful. I have not updated the blog in many years. Those that are not in the blog are probably missing. This is my way of saying, I thank you, and I'm grateful for your continued support and friendship. I'm sending lots of hugs and love. Namaste. Gathima Roba. Take a deep breath. Wow. Love that man. What a huge spirit this brother has. My God, so blessed to know this man and be following his soul's journey. It's an honor. It's an honor. All right, my friends. The 4-4 gateway has been traversed. We're on day 7. The first week of April is completing today, and we've begun a whole new wave spell of the Zolkin. And we're in Thunder Over Thunder in Aries from the Lost Octave. Excellent. All right. You can donate to my PayPal if you want to support Morning Poems and Prayers. You're invited to subscribe on Substack. You can find me under Lou Martin. You can subscribe to Awakened Spirits Network, YouTube. And if you're a teacher and have teachings, you can ask to join Awakened Spirits Network Facebook page. And I was chatting with a young lady, a mom, at one of the tables there on Saturday at the market. And I said, well, I have a podcast. Well, I don't really have a podcast. What I have is a YouTube channel and a Facebook page where I do live content 4 hours a week. And for it to be a podcast, I need to put it onto Spotify and the other channels. So I said I will do that, so I can say with a clear conscience I have a podcast. Everything takes time, but it's all worth the effort. And you know, you can hear just a feast of wisdom and love and inspiration and joy and courage and guidance from our brothers and sisters on the path here with us. And we're very blessed, as Gathima Ruba has just said. I'm very blessed to be a part of all of this and to share these great teachings with you. Yeah. So let me channel here for you as we close out for today. This is Higher Self, Soul, and Spirit, my guides, which I call Divine Love. And let's see what they have to offer us here today. Thank you for being here. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. All right, God bless you, dear friends. Let's go. One more time, a pleasure, a joy, an honor, dear friends. Take a nice deep breath. Relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release, dear friends. The big picture. Where do you fit in, dear friends? Well, it is the fork in the road for your world, dear friends. And you have walked these roads in many lifetimes, are being lit up, dear friends. Yeah, and your music is coming to you now more clearly than ever before. The messages keep getting clearer. There's a good lyric there, dear friends. Yeah, so that you know. Listen to, trust, and follow. You know how to listen to, trust, and follow. Your inspiration, your inner guidance, the inner light, that is calling you into the new world, dear friends, to be a way shower and a light worker, dear friends, for the people in your life who may or may not understand any of those concepts or any of what's happening in the outer world at this point. So this shift, this healing of the ages, this awakening, healing, and growth has been your promise to yourself, dear friends, for many lifetimes, that you would give yourself every opportunity to return to Earth, if possible, when Earth herself is undergoing her ascension, her awakening, awakening, healing, and growth, dear friends, returning to the fullness, the wholeness, and the oneness that is her spiritual destiny as your divine mother, dear friends, as your guide, guardian, teacher, and friend, as your way shower. So as you take time and make space for peace, going into nature in the fullness of the spring and the summer as you can and as you will, and letting the birds and the grasses and the waters and the trees and the sunlight and the wind upon your hair and your face and your clothes, dear friends, as all of that lifts you up and touches you, dear friends, so you are seeding the ground of your inner garden that is the place of nurturing and nourishment through the dark times and back into the light, dear friends. In other words, you're consciously at this point looking for those relationships and those opportunities and those experiences that can be the light in the darkness for you and your world, that can be the high watermarks on the rising tide here, dear friends, that can be the way through the forest in the dark and lonely night, as our friend has said here. In other words, dear friends, that the power that you're seeking to experience and express on Mother Earth in this lifetime has always been within your own soul and spirit. And now every opportunity, every invitation, every relationship, every realization that will assist and support and help that to unfold is coming forth more easily and more effortlessly than ever before. Take a deep breath. So we return, dear friends, in this moment that we have here with you to love, joy, appreciation, and gratitude. As we like to say, how good can you stand it? Where in your life can you allow greater expression of these higher self, soul, and spirit energies to be your tune that you dance to, dear friends, the lyrics of your song that you sing with great joy and happiness and freedom, dear friends, and courage, dear friends, that you speak the truth and people hear the truth, and the truth sets you free, dear friends. It breaks up and breaks apart the old illusions, the old compromises, the old deceptions, dear friends, the secrets and lies that your world is yet still in the midst of unfolding and freeing itself from. To be yourself, dear friends, is the greatest gift you can give to Almighty God. To love yourself is the greatest gift you can give to yourself, dear friend. To be yourself and to love yourself is to know yourself, dear friends. And as you know yourself, you are free. Free this lifetime, free in every lifetime, free moving forward. And you become, as we say once again, the lighthouse upon the hill, in the dark, stormy sea, for others to find their way back to truth, back to love, back to peace, back to abundance, dear friends, back to joy, back to freedom. If you have money in your pocket, you're free. If you live in a place where you can speak your truth, you're free. If you have people that love and understand and respect you, you're free, dear friends. If you don't have those things, it's a challenge, it's a difficulty, it's an obstacle, it's a problem, dear friends. But there are no challenges, obstacles, or difficulties or problems that Almighty God, in, through, and as your heart, soul, and spirit, cannot and will not help you overcome. It is yours to ask for that help, dear friends. Number one, it is yours to know that you are worthy and deserving of it. And as our friend said here earlier, sometimes helping others helps you get over yourself more easily and more quickly than would have been the case otherwise. Everything is unfolding at the highest level of agreement with good for all and harm to none. The only question is, do you see yourself in that light, or are you somehow outside of this great symphony of celebration, of love, joy, appreciation, and gratitude? What you focus on expands. What you feel, you reveal. What you expect, you manifest, dear friends. Imagination, desire, expectation. The three steps. Activation, integration, manifestation. You attain, sustain, and maintain, dear friends. So life, the outer world, the physical reality, the third dimension and above, is asking for your devotion, your discipline, and your dedication. The channel heard a wonderful interview there with the actor Denzel Washington last night and was moved deeply by his vulnerability and his principles, his integrity, and his commitment to service, much broader than his career in public. But holding himself to high account, dear friends, knowing truly and honoring the gift of his life in general and all the opportunities that his success and fame has brought him, and knowing that he's no different than anyone else, dear friends. He must, as you are invited to, face your fears, overcome your doubts and limitations, and find the willingness to love and be free. We love you so, dear friends. It is your time, to be sure. Step into it, own it in the best sense of the word, claim it, name it, and then share the good news that the world is awakening, and it is yours to celebrate with all who are ready and willing and have always been able, dear friends. We love you so. Take your power back and be free. Peace and blessings. Namaste. There it is. Thank you kindly. Have a great day. Peace and blessings. If I can help you, let me know. Namaste. I am here in service to you. Peace.